Bigfoot, a creature we all know. By hearing its name, we envision a creature of unimaginable height that is large, hairy, roams the forest of North America, all the way through Canada and most of the United States. I mean, even all states in the United States have had a sighting of Bigfoot, besides Hawaii, for obvious reasons. So, with all this that we're saying about hearing about Bigfoot and seeing him, hearing him, why isn't he real? Still, to many other people, we hear stories that people tell us and still think that's impossible. There's no way he exists or that exists. Well, after so many of these witnesses, people have started to think, well, there's a real possibility that he does exist. And so they go into it and research. All just to prove that this creature that we all believed was fake to be real. Do they always come out successfully? Actually, y'all know this is no. Because if they did come out successfully, we would believe in it, Bigfoot. But people still go looking for him. In fact, I've done it. I've gone out and looked for Bigfoot. Out of curiosity. It's just, he has such a mysterious nature. It always makes me curious of what he is. Or not even just he. They are. From what now we can tell, Bigfoot is most definitely not just a single creature, but a population of creatures that, the BFRO, the Bigfoot Field Research Organization, that is, the main group that is looking for Bigfoot, has come down to the focus that they think upwards of 2,000 Bigfoot exist in the United States. So, there's more than probably 2,000 if you're thinking also in Canada. In Canada, they also have Bigfoot sightings, and especially in the British Columbia area that is kind of near Washington and Oregon. It's a very, perfect condition for a Bigfoot if you ask me. Deep forest that people don't know, people never explore. So why can't we think that Bigfoot exists when it's obvious that Bigfoot could exist? Because there's these deep forests that we never explored. I mean, still, we know more about this in space than we know about our own oceans on Earth. And it's almost a case for forest, but we can just go explore that. But not every piece of land on Earth has been trekked by humans. So that could mean that something out there does exist that is just not on our land that we're trekking. Let's get into what I say and what makes me think Bigfoot exists is that, I've had experiences. I'll show you even clips of what I have experienced. This one I'm about to show you, you can obviously hear a possible Bigfoot whoop. And this one I show you now is what I consider the possibility of hearing a wood knock. I and one other group member that I'm with here that night did hear a wood knock, very crisply clear. Although the audio on the camera could not pick it up that well, we still heard it really well.
Yeah, I heard that.
So what makes me think that those two audio clips that could totally be anything else? For a fact that when you know that Bigfoot now does create a whoop sound to communicate with the other Bigfoot, possibly. I mean, there's possibles of a lot of clips that have Bigfoot knocks that we hear, Bigfoot howls, whoops. I mean, especially one of the most famous audio clips for Bigfoot out there that not everyone has heard, but everybody that goes into the Bigfoot hunting does know, the Ohio Bigfoot call. And one of the most popular clips of Bigfoot ever known, the Peterson-Giblin film, was filmed in 1967. That shows a very clear depiction of what we can describe as Bigfoot. And many experts take a look at that and have still yet to debunk it as a fake. With all this, we should be able to now claim that Bigfoot could most likely be a real creature. But still, people out there will outright refuse the existence of Bigfoot, even if there is possible evidence of it, just because there's no, well, what's the word? Undeniable evidence of its existence. Till we get that evidence that proves its existence, we will continue to say Bigfoot doesn't exist. And we can also say that Bigfoot possibly does exist, because there's no way to ever outright debunk a creature's existence. Even in science, there's no such thing as impossible.